Greetings, I am MJ. Welcome to According to MJ. I wanted to do a book review quickly on this book I recently read. This book is called Set Boundaries, Find Peace, A Guide to Reclaiming Yourself, and the book is by Nedra Tawwab. This is an awesome book. Now, I found Nedra on Instagram. She is a therapist. I think her Instagram handle is at Nedra Tawwab. But this book is like the boundary Bible. It's a big book, so when you see, you may be intimidated, but I read it so fast, like I read a chapter a day. But on the back of a book, it says you can end the struggle, speak up for what you need, and experience the freedom of being truly yourself. So I just want to do a quick review if anyone's interested in the book, if anyone has a problem with boundaries, asserting boundaries. This would be a great guide to help you get over that. Now, she says in the jacket of the book that in order to achieve work-life balance, cope with toxic people, and enjoy rewarding relationships with partners, friends, and family, you really need to have healthy boundaries. And I know personally for me, I'm a nice person, maybe nice to my detriment. So, and I've learned from her that sometimes you're being passive, you're not being nice. You need to stand up for yourself. So I like to take notes. So some of the key points that stood out to me in this book is that hard doesn't mean impossible. So even in the book, she says it is difficult to set boundaries, but it's not impossible. And also she mentions that not setting boundaries is a betrayal of yourself. So you should never betray yourself to please others. Now, this book is a New York Times bestseller. Like I said, it's an awesome book. I think she's such a gift, even to people that like can't afford therapists. Just following her Instagram, you learn so much from her. She's definitely a gift to the world. And she says for herself, having healthy boundaries changed her life in ways that she didn't know were possible. So this book has, it has 15 chapters in this book. And the great thing about this book, after every chapter, there is an exercise for you to do. So basically, that helps you to really exercise what you're learning, to implement what you're learning, because, learning something with no action, it doesn't really help your life. But she gives you examples of boundaries, like she has some keywords for boundaries. And I know she says you can express a boundary by saying, I need, I want, or I expect. And boundaries are not just about saying no, but just expressing what you need, what you want, I expect, I would like, using that type of language. So I really love chapter 2. She talks about the cost of not having healthy boundaries. And chapter 6 was a great chapter. It's how you identify and communicate your boundaries. So I really love that chapter. And in part 2 of the book, she talks about how you do the work of setting boundaries with your family, romantic relationships, friendships, work, social media, and technology now work. And even with yourself, because, we have to have boundaries with ourselves. So, Nedra, this is an awesome book. Anyone that needs to learn to set boundaries in any area of your life, get this book. I will always refer back to this book. I think this book is something that like a handbook to life, that I know I'll read it again and again. This book is definitely awesome. And I love to learn. I love learning how I can be a better me, how I can improve my life. So this book has definitely helped me do that. And Alexandra L., she says this book is the boundary Bible for her. So sorry, my window is open. But Nedra teaches us to set boundaries, healthy boundaries, but be clear about our feelings and intentions, and how we can show up in that. And that's so important, because if you don't have healthy boundaries, then like if you ever worked in a toxic work environment, you're going to be getting it there. You're going to be getting it with your friends, romantic partners. So I feel like in the same stage I am in life, I'm too important. I deserve better than allow people to just treat me any kind of way. And I speak up for myself. And I really love the exercises in her book. So, especially with self-care. I love this book. I already did a review on Amazon for her, but I did want to share with my YouTube community if you guys are interested in setting boundaries. And I think about, like on this channel, I talk about Kevin Samuels. We've talked about like Tommy Sotomayor, Umar Johnson. A lot of these guys are toxic people. So I think about people like that. When you have men telling you your average is best, trying to, gaslight you, make you feel less than, you need to know how to set boundaries. You need to know how to disassociate from them and their opinions, because their opinions really don't matter. But that's really all I have for now. I want to come back later. It may not be this evening, but it's a lot to talk about. So I definitely will be back. So there's a lot that's been going on in the YouTube streets that I want to talk about with. So I hope you're all well. If you have read this book, Set Boundaries, Find Peace, let me know what you thought about the book in the comments below. Be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you like the content here. And I think that's it. Let me make sure I covered everything. I think that's pretty much it. I just really want to use this stream to talk about this book, because the other stuff I want to talk about, it really needs its own stream, and I don't want to mix this book in with foolery. But I also love how she said in a healthy relationship or healthy connection, so that could be with friends, not just romantic partners, your boundaries will be welcome and respected. They will not be ignored. They will not be challenged. And on this channel, I've spoken about narcissistic people, and narcissists do not respect boundaries, and other toxic people, they don't respect boundaries. So being able to set boundaries is so important, because if you run across toxic people, you can shut them down fast by setting boundaries, and because they're going to show their hand quickly, because they're not going to respect your boundaries. And she also said assertiveness sets an expectation for your partner. So I just love this book. I think she's so awesome. She's my favorite account on Instagram. That's pretty much all I look at on Instagram. I think Nedra, the little shaman. I'm just about leveling up and just celebrate a birthday. So I'm just about being a better me and making my life more peaceful, more joyful, and not having boundaries impacting me in a negative way. And I think there's like 6 different types of boundaries. She goes over that, like physical boundary with your time, emotional boundaries, material boundaries, intellectual boundary, and sexual boundary. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. So there's 6 boundaries. So, I feel like it's time out for acting nice or being fake nice to people who don't really give a F about you like that, who are trying to steamroll you, take advantage of you, especially with narcissists. And those people are so toxic. They will literally zap the life out of you if you let them. So you need boundaries. So please, if you have a problem with boundaries, I really encourage you to find a book. If not this one, find someone licensed that can help you set boundaries, because you're too important to allow people to just disrespect you. That's for sure. All right, so that's it for now. Like I said, I'll be back later. Again, give the video a like. If you read this book, let me know what you think of it in the comments. If you are good with setting boundaries, let me know how you do that. If you have some wins with boundary setting, let me know in the comments below. I thank you all for watching. Until the next time, later, you all stay safe. Be blessed.